I'm Alex DeRosa, and this is a work that I did after I had really intense wrist surgery and I couldn't hold a camera for a year and a half. I consider myself to be primarily a photographer, so I was trying to figure out how I could produce images without having to actually hold a camera. So I started doing this series where I would lay or move around on a scanning bed, and have a very slow, very high quality scan going so that I could produce these kinds of distortions while moving around. So that's how I started creating photographs without an actual camera involved in the process. And it's printed on aluminum to try to reflect the shininess of the scanning bed. And so it's about reclaiming my art my ability to do art as well as my body, since this is actually my body, and that's what my work is traditionally about.
Can you speak about the abstraction in the work? Do you want people to be able to tell what it is?
I like that it's very abstract and people actually have no idea what it is. That seems to have drawn people into the work, and they get really up close and they still don't know. I think for me, it's more important, the fact that it's my body is more of a personal choice, and people don't need to know that to understand the work or appreciate it, and it just helps me in my process to know that that's what it's about. I think, well, some people have been able to tell that it is a scan, and then when I speak about my surgery and not being able to hold a camera, people seem to identify with that, but the fact that it is also a self-portrait, I don't think really matters that much for people's interpretation. I think the process of trying to figure out how to make photographs without a camera is more important, which I think people can tell it's some sort of electronic interpretation of an image, but not necessarily know the process, if that makes sense.